Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Crypto Insider channel. It is January 25th, 2020, and I am recording from the wild and wonderful city of Austin, Texas. Got a few stories for you today. We're going to talk about the not-so-inspiring price action. What you're seeing on the screen before you is a donation that we make every single day. Well, not every single day, but every day we do a video, we make a donation for the last batch of subscribers to the channel. So there is our donation on the screen to @GoodXRP. You can give to charity just by clicking subscribe. It also helps if you like our videos. You know, if you click like, I think it pushes them up in the YouTube algorithm, which helps if somebody's searching about cryptocurrency or XRP. So let's get into it and talk about the price action. Let's see what we've got going on here. We're going to get a live coin watch today. Some days it's Coinalyze, some days it's live coin watch. It says XRP is up 0.11% on the hour to 0.219626. I remember an article from yesterday or the day before where they said a resistance level was 21 cents or a support level, and we have not broken that far down, but we have broke a few other ones that were listed in some stories. But if you look at the weekly graph, it's the same old story that we talk about all the time. It's XRP following the price of Bitcoin, basically leading the market. You can see Ethereum's pretty close to XRP, and of course, as you start to get further down the coin market list here, or the market cap lists, the charts start to diverge quite a bit. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 67.01%. We've shaved about 13 billion off the market cap in the past week with this little downturn. So it's going to be interesting to see which way things break or what causes the next break. I don't know when it's going to be, but we do have a story from Nick Chong from News BTC, who says that, let's see what his headline is, massive 66% rally in Ripple's XRP hinges on this key level. So let's see what he thinks the key level is. XRP didn't have the best of years in 2019, in the year when effectively all assets posted jaw-dropping gains. The third largest cryptocurrency plunged 50%. In fact, all altcoins performed really poorly, as accentuated in this experiment News BTC covered, which we're not going to read right now. Maybe I'll go back and do that after the video. According to a prominent analyst, XRP's prospects are a bit more bullish for 2020, at least if a key price level can be surmounted in the coming weeks and months. Well, which is it, weeks or months? When Lambo. For cryptocurrency markets and news site Brave New Coin, analyst Josh Olszewicz recently released an extensive video on the XRP altcoin. Oh, maybe I'll watch that too. After pointing out that the cryptocurrency has been a strict downtrend for the past few months, he pointed to a potential bull case. This being that if XRP manages to break above 30 cents, which is where exists historical resistance according to volume profiles and a downtrend trend line, the cryptocurrency could rally 66% to 0.50 in the months following this event. One thing, let's see, not to mention, prominent traders that have been eerily accurate in calling Bitcoin's price action are bullish on the cryptocurrency markets, meaning that XRP could be dragged up with the rest of the market should BTC rally. And it's going to be interesting to see how the crypto market reacts to the stock market being at all-time high, which is great for a lot of people invested into the stock market. But what you see typically when the stock market's at an all-time high, any news at all, Bob in Arizona gets a cold, and it's going to hit the market somehow. So we've got this pandemic virus in China, which is probably going to put some downward pressure on it. The market is very skittish in looking for something, anything to put downward pressure on prices, especially when it's at an all-time high. It's just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I'm wondering if we're going to see some money maybe come from stocks into cryptos, especially as we get institutional custody of crypto assets like Bitcoin and Bitcoin securities. And as people get more comfortable with them, or traders get more comfortable with them, and investment brokers and things like that, uh, it's going to result in a little more volume. And I saw a story the other day saying that a whole lot of new wallets were opened for XRP, which doesn't mean a lot. I know a lot of us listening to this channel probably have 6 or 7 XRP wallets. So, but it was a pretty good number. It was like 300,000 or 400,000 new XRP wallets, which is good news. It's an interesting trend. One thing I also wanted to talk about today is this IPO stuff. I'm seeing a lot of mixed messages from the XRP community regarding the IPO, and I see a lot of people commingling XRP with stock prices and just a lot of information that I think is probably bad information floating around Twitter, but that's how Twitter is anyway. I'm just talking about this particular area, but if you can find bad information about anything all over Twitter. Yay, XRP holders will buy Ripple stock. Some of them bought MoneyGram stock. And see, I warned against this back when it was happening. I don't think I was doing a YouTube channel at that time, but I was sending messages to a few people and talking back and forth saying, MoneyGram has a lot of issues that are not going to be solved by ODL. It's not like they're going to subscribe to the ODL solution and all of a sudden their stock is going to go up 3,000%. That's not how it works. MoneyGram has a lot of debt restructuring issues. They have a lot of other things going on. They've been in a downtrend for a long time, and one solution that they're using once in a while is not going to necessarily pull them out of it. One of the crypto YouTubers is of the opinion that this IPO is not good for the coin in the short term. I don't know who that YouTuber is, but I actually don't think it's going to matter much for the coin in the short term. Will Ripple pay dividends to shareholders in XRP? Yeah, that will be interesting. Can they do that? Well, I don't know. Probably for regulation's sake and the way stocks are structured now, they'll probably pay in US dollars, or if they're going to introduce XRP as possible dividends, if they even have dividends. Not all stocks have dividends, especially tech stocks. It depends on whether it's going to be considered a growth stock. There are a lot of things that go into will a company. Sometimes shareholders would rather have a growth stock than somebody paying dividends, meaning they want the company to keep the money and use it to expand. But if they did offer a way to pay dividends in XRP, it would probably be sort of an either or a voluntary sort of thing that you could sign up for if that's what you wanted. I don't know. I don't know what the laws are in paying in other currencies, something that's listed on the U.S. stock exchanges. It's probably possible, but most traditional investors are probably going to want to get paid in dollars. So then we have this other tweet. Bob Way spoke a year ago at this exact point prior to an IPO. The FUD is based on wild speculation. The facts point to everything being beneficial for XRP. The Ripple stock is a separate asset class versus XRP. I agree with that. The clowns on Twitter spewing FUD is comical in my opinion. Okay, so this one is saying an IPO is good for XRP. The last tweet was saying it's bad for XRP. I think it's all wildly speculative at this time, and I think a lot of people are commingling the two. One being a traditional stock and the other being a cryptocurrency. They're not necessarily going to influence each other all that much. Ripple is still going to own the XRP that they own. Just a bunch of new investors are not going to get control of it. Even if they do an IPO, my guess is that our traditional Ripple team are going to maintain 51% or more of the shares. And they're still going to get to make the decisions in the the controlling interest of the company. So I'm not really worried about an IPO at all. I thought we'd check in with our cryptohopper that we started last week, if that's interesting to anybody. Let me refresh. It looks like it's trying to do some buys right now. I panic sold a bunch of stuff last night just to free up some money and change one of my strategies. I just play with it now and then, but so far we're at, well, since January 14th, I think is when we started, we're at 27%. So it appears to be working. I haven't put much money. I think there's about $500 in Bitcoin on the crypto hopper trader that we set up, but we'll check back in with it and see if we lose all our money or not. It's fun to watch, and it was fun to configure and see how it goes, especially for somebody like me who's not really great at reading charts and signals, and somebody that doesn't want to have to be hands-on that much. It's kind of a set it and forget it. You do want to check on it from time to time and see if you can I like to see if I can make it a little more efficient or play with the percentages here or there. But really, I don't do much with the signals and the strategies on whether it buys something or not. So there that is. We're up 27% for a couple of weeks or 11 days or something. So good news there. I really don't have a topic to get into the weeds with today. I thought about doing, I had someone accuse me of not working in the fintech space, like I'm really a gas station attendant or a pizza delivery man, and I haven't been a project manager in the fintech space for, I don't know. I think it's 17 years. It may be a little more, a little less. Like I said, I was a temp before I got offered a full-time position. But it may be interesting to some people. If that's something you'd like me to talk about, I will. I think it's boring stuff, but, some people are interested in it. But, I can go into who I work for and what I do. I can't give a lot away about Ripple partners or particular clients, but I can talk generally about the stuff that I do. It's not like I'm sworn to absolute secrecy or anything. So I'm going to pop some videos up on the screen for you, and a subscribe button. We appreciate it if you subscribe. You can donate to charity just by clicking that button, even if you never watch another video again. We appreciate you stopping by. We hope you like the video. Go down into the comments too. If you have an opinion either way on the Ripple IPO offering, if it happens, good or bad, go ahead and put that in the comments. I'd like to see what the general temperature is. Personally, I don't think it's going to be a groundbreaking, impactful thing. All right, we'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe I'll take another day off. Who knows?